Barbados, get up.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Fantastic Friday morning to you indeed, and welcome to today. Today is Friday, the 4th of April 2025. I'm Pearson Bowen. Thank you for your company as always. And also thank you for joining us on our streams on YouTube, Facebook and our website, cbc.bb. How was your night? I hope it was lovely. And I hope your morning has broken beautifully as well. If it's your birthday today or an anniversary which you're celebrating, congratulations to you. Unfortunately, you weren't born in January. Not your fault, was it? No, I commiserate with you, but nonetheless, congratulations on your achievements today for your significant milestones. Celebrate it well, and remember to encourage others to come along to watch the show with you, to have some fun in the way you do with us on Morning Barbados each weekday morning, Monday to Friday. So thank you for watching us on our streams. Thank you for engaging with us through your questions, your comments, and the like, and for sharing the show. I keep saying that to you. Don't keep this all to yourself. Tell someone else about us, but most of all, share it with them too. And if you have an idea, or if you know of someone or something which you think we need to talk about on the show, simple, Simon. You get my email to us by morningbarbados@cbc.bb. We receive your suggestions. morningbarbados@cbc.bb. And I already thank you so much for partnering with us to make differences to people's lives every single day. So, wake up, let's get going today. There's one riddle which is still outstanding. None of you has been able to get it right so far, and I'm glad about that, by the way, because I challenge you right now to do so, to get it right today. It's Friday after all, and it's as simple as calling me on 228-5562 or 228-5563. To you, Patricia Ben, a very good morning as well. She's saying good morning to the entire production crew. Thank you, Patricia, for being up bright and early to come have conversation with us. Marcia Rock, how are you doing as well? She says, good morning, Barbados. Have a beautiful today to the kings and queens who are watching. Rhonda Hines-Graham extends the very best to each of you as well on a fantastic Friday. Thanks, Rons. Thanks to all of you indeed for commenting already on our social media. So that question today, if you're ready, is what five-letter word typed in capital letters can be read the same upside down? What five-letter words typed in capital letters can be read the same way upside down? Turn them around and you see whether or not you can actually do that. Call me now if you be so bold and tell me if you know the answer. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I know Monica is going to get cracking on this bright and early. And what about you? Do you think you know the answer? 228-5562 or 228-5563. So get cracking, call me when you're ready. Now coming up today, we will remind you, oh, we have a call. Good morning, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Monica.
Yes, please.
I called your name, but you step up, girl. So let me hear thou, Monica. What do you think is the answer?
Swim.
Sorry?
Swim.
S-W-I-M?
Either way, it's swim.
No. S-W-I-M. Flip those letters around now.
Upside down in capital letters, swim.
Swim. S-W-I-M.
Yes, please.
That, Monica, is wrong. If you turn swim upside down, you're going to start with the letter what? W.
Oh,
or M.
Swim.
Remember, your swim ends with the letter M. When you turn the letter M upside down, what letter do you get?
It got to be S.
No, I didn't ask you that.
Swims, not swim.
You're pluralizing it?
Swims. It's S-I-N.
So spell it for me. Spell it for me.
S-W-I-M-S. Swims.
No, you're right. You tack on the S because I challenged you. Well done, Monica. I have another one for you. Don't hang up. Listen to this, Monica. David's father has 3 sons. There's Snap, Crackle, and...
David's father has 3 sons.
There's Snap, Crackle, and... Who's the 3rd son?
Snap, Crackle, and who?
And who?
I studying who this 3rd
No, don't take long. Quick. There's Snap, Crackle, and
David.
Monica Galone. Thank you very much. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
You have a good day.
She's right, though. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
Monica.
Bye-bye.
So swims is the first answer. David is the second answer, indeed. Simple. So I have another quiz I'll give to you before the day is done. All right. So, oh, by the way, let me remind you, we want to know your Easter traditions. What are your Easter traditions? What do you do to mark the season of Easter? We want you to send your Easter traditions to us by email, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. So get cracking. Could it be you do Easter egg hunts? It could be that you wear bonnets and you'd go on parade. Whatever it is, what are your Easter traditions? Do you change curtains at Easter? Do you cook and bake differently at Easter? What do you do at Easter? What are your Easter traditions? Just let us know by email. So send those Easter traditions to us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Can't wait to hear how you celebrate Easter. What are your Easter traditions? Do you get a new frock just for Easter? Do you buy new shoes for Easter? Do you dress up to go to church for Easter? What are your Easter traditions? Do you change up the house as you would for Christmas at Easter? Do you do that? Well, if you do, and that is your tradition, send it by email. Tell us as quickly as you possibly can. You don't have a lot of time because Easter is literally around the corner. So send your Easter tradition to us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And I already say thank you to all of you who will be doing so. The children are on holiday. So to Christopher and Michael, my godsons, who are up bright and early, no doubt, I'm telling you, they're going to wake up bright and early like David to keep us company. Boys, good morning to you. Uncle will see you tomorrow. God spare life. So we're looking to some fun tomorrow. All right, so have a plan so that when we connect, we shall have a ball together. So enjoy your vacation, boys. All right, so coming up in a little while, we'll be hearing more about the Nehemiah Impact Project by the Church of Pentecost of Barbados. And so we want to delve a little further into how that's going and how that Bible character significantly impacts their faith and this particular project as well. The season of Emancipation starts in 10 days' time, and they have a whole slate of activities that will run right through till August. But there's one that's happening on the opening day, the 14th of April. We'll tell you more about that in just a little while as well. It is Parish Fridays, and as it is Parish Friday in the month of April, we're going to the parish of St. Joseph, where the theme is adventure. And so they'll join us in just a little bit to tell us what to expect this weekend and in coming weeks, as well as we celebrate with those who live and grow and prosper in St. Joseph. And for all of us who've never been through the parish, perhaps it's a good time to take the adventure through the countryside and enjoy what St. Joseph has to offer. We did promise to bring you a snapshot of what happened at the Elliot Primary's Lit Nick. And so today, Friday, you shall get to see how they had Lit Nick. And what's that about? Aha, you have to stick around to find out. And the College Expo at the Barbados Community College was held earlier this week. I am told, as my technical director would say, it was cracked. As someone else said, it was burst. That means it was really good in the young people's language. And so we want to be able to show you what happened then, as well as the career options that are made possible through your study at the Barbados Community College. That's coming up in just a little while. But April continues to be the month where we heighten our awareness about autism. And so we want to remind you that tomorrow, Saturday, the Autism Association of Barbados are having a sale of products and gadgets and different trinkets. They will have tables in Sky Mall and Sheraton Malls from 10 in the morning right through to 6 in the evening. They'd like you to pass by. Don't just walk on by, but stop for just a moment and engage with them and know more about autism, what it means, how you help those with autism as well, and how you can relate with them too. But your purchase of items add to their kitty, which goes towards helping those parents who are managing their loved ones who are autistic. And they're really special people, but they're very, very creative people as well. So do stop by and lend your support in a very significant way. On the 6th, which is Sunday coming up, they're having a church service at People's Cathedral. And I'll continue to remind you of all of these in the month of April, I promise you. But let's get started this morning by heading to the Church of Pentecost. That's because they are engaged on a whole slate of activities under the theme, Arise and Let Us Transform One Nation at a Time. And they're driven by the work, the inspiration of the biblical character Nehemiah. Joining me now is, we've seen this gentleman before, Pastor Emmanuel Guillen. He is the resident pastor right here for the Church of Pentecost in Barbados. Good morning to you again.
Good morning, sir.
Good to see you.
Good
You're
to
wearing
see
green,
you
which is one of my favorite colors. Which signals growth.
Okay.
There
That's
you go.
true. That's true.
Next to you, you've brought along Carl Newsom. Carl, you weren't here last time, but good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
And you're the protocol officer of the church
Yes, I
in
am.
Barbados. And of course, our very good friend, Apostle Dr. Michael Ajiamang Amwako, who is the regional mission director in the Americas and the Caribbean. Did I get it right this time?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm working really hard
You
on
did
it.
well.
Good to see you yet again as well.
Good to see you, sir.
So here we are, I'll start with you. Here we are engaged in, I call it ministry.
Yes, sir.
Ministry of a different kind, because you're not sitting back and just simply existing in your community. You are arising and you're doing things in the community. So let's talk a little bit more about the Nehemiah Impact Project.
Thank you so very much for having us. The Nehemiah Impact Project, as I said earlier on, is not just an event. It is prophetic, impactful, and also a way that the church can give back to the community. And by God's grace, it has started very, very well. I know Mr. Carr is going to talk a little bit about what is happening. This is his community,
Yes.
and he can share the rest with us.
But a lot of it also is ministry.
Yes, sir.
And it's not sitting by the sideline and seeing your brother walk on by,
Yes.
but you stop to help. And you're doing so because the spirit of who Nehemiah was and what it meant for him to feel the cries of his people and to actually petition the king. I
Yes.
want to do something about this.
Yes.
It's what you're trying to share.
Yes, sir. And what it is that we realize that in our communities you have so many broken homes and other things. Some of our young people looking for parents that they never had, uncles that they never had, models that they never had. And unfortunately, they're looking up to certain people. The church in our community has come up with this Nehemiah project, analyzing what is going on and also sought the face of the Lord that what can we do to impact our community as Nehemiah did. And that is why I was saying that it is very prophetic. We are implementing the same thing. The resources that the Lord has given us, God has given us professionals in the area of health and other things. So we're using our health professionals to help in our community in the area of screening, medical screening, and also donating to communities. A place like one of the places in prison. We visited a prison this week and we donated, trying to make impact as Nehemiah did. But we have already surveyed the whole country and we realize where we need to be able to have such impact as Nehemiah did in these days.
You're right. As Nehemiah did not work alone.
Yes.
Either Nehemiah commissioned others to work with him, because you get more done and you get it
Yes,
done
sir.
faster. And so I just love the initiative, as you know from the last time we interacted.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. And so Carl, your name was called just now because I'm told that you know more about what's happening. So tell us what's happening.
Well, we're coming down to the end of the program. What has happened thus far is we've done a lot of outreach into the community, and we've done a lot of giving, not only physically, but we've gone out and spoken to people and tried to reach as much souls as possible to come into the church and let them feel welcome by coming. Just come. You're going to feel at home.
I'm watching your face as you speak, and it's lighting up because this is something that you believe in and you're passionate about.
Absolutely. Being a Barbadian, and to see a church come in and try to reach out so much is not the typical. And they're giving as much as they can. And they've pledged, Apostle has pledged, to the places we've been this week, if you need us, call. We're going to help you. It's not a one-time thing. You know? What's been exciting, one for me to see this week, was the medical outreach. Huh? You come to the Kingdom Minded Worship Center and you get free blood sugar checks, free blood pressure checks. But that's not all. When you're finished with those checks, if something is amiss, you get to speak to a counselor, to a medical person, to talk you through, hey, this is what we can do now. This is what you should do now. Which is, to me, a complete package. You go to various events, they take your blood pressure and blood sugar. Yeah, your sugar high, and that's it. But this is a complete package. And there are other things that we're trying to do as well that may take until the project is almost done or finished, but we'll still continue that part of the Nehemiah project.
You don't just exist in the community, you are the community as well. And as an active participant in that community, you reach out to your brother, your neighbor.
Absolutely.
And you say, I can't sit here seeing you in need and ignore this. I also have to do this. And I keep thinking of the widow's mite all the time as I'm listening to you as well, because she gave all she had. And all she had, while it was not significant, it was impactful. And that is absolutely important indeed. And so too did Nehemiah, because he took the time to fortify the people that he was working with, so that they can all accomplish the task, because together we can actually do this. And so, Pastor Emmanuel, you must be so proud of your congregation. You must be so, aren't you?
Yes, the sacrifices this week has been tremendous, and we see our brothers on the street speaking to their fellow brothers and trying to encourage them. Some that have abandoned their faith, recommitted themselves back to the Lord, and that was very interesting. As Carl rightly said, it's not just blood sugar screening, but also not professional counselors speaking to people. And sometimes people break down in the middle of the conversation, crying because they have somebody to share their story with regarding what they are going through. We also made a donation to the Parkinson Memorial Secondary School, and the headmaster was so happy that we had met a need that he's been thinking about for some time now. And I think that is what Nehemiah did, met the need of the people. And I believe that is what Christ came to do, to meet the need of mankind.
Absolutely. Well said, very well said. But Carl, today there's something happening today. What's happening today?
Well, today we still have the final day of our medical outreach. We're trying to prepare, in all honesty, because as Pastor has said, we are really stretching, but we're dedicated to get this project done and through. So today's our final day of our medical outreach and eye screening. We're going to do, we're giving out glasses, readers, free readers, and we're going to do some basic eye screening as well, in culmination with all the other screenings that's been going on for the rest of the week.
Yeah, there's dental cleaning, eye screening, examination and prescription, medical examination, and mental health related issues as well. So a lot is happening today, but where is it happening?
At the Kingdom Minded Worship Center, 15 Tudor Street.
See, I remember the location.
It's how can we put it in local terms? Where the old standards used to be, pretty close to that. On that same side of the road, by the uniform place, just past that, upstairs. You'll see the signs. There are numerous signs. You can't miss them. You can't. So
and so nearer to the main, what we call the main guard.
Yes.
And so that's where it's going to be. Look for the sign, and that's where you go for all of these screening, absolutely free. Medical services provided to you for dental cleaning, which is important. And sometimes in dental cleaning, you pick up other situations health-wise that people have. So that's important for you to go, because it's a good gateway into knowing your overall health. There's examination of yourself. There's prescription medical examination, a whole host, mental health examination as well. Then on Saturday, there's a community cleanup. Because Nehemiah also did that. The city gates were destroyed. But before we start the rebuild, we first needed to clean up. And so that's what the church is embarking on, the cleanup of our spaces. Because where we are should be of praise to God. And so God expects the very best of us, so let's our place be clean as well. But on Sunday there's revival service. Who's going to talk to me about that?
The Sunday there's going to be a revival service. All of us will come together. One thing that we praise God for what He has done during this program is that a lot of people have rededicated their life to Christ. And most importantly, we currently have over 250 souls that have accepted Jesus Christ
Wow.
for the first time as their personal Savior and Lord. So we want to bring all such people together. There will be a revival, healing, deliverance, restoration, service that very day. So we're expecting the whole community to come together as we celebrate the Lord. There was one lady that, by God's grace, if that lady is the only person that the Lord sent us here to meet, I think it's worth spending all this money. The lady was about to become a homeless, didn't know what to do from Jamaica. And when we met her, she started crying, sharing her story. And by the grace of God, after she went through the registration, medical screen, counseling, she accepted Christ. But the church decided to find a temporary place for her to stay until she find a job in this community. And that is very, very good. One thing also is that Saturday is not only the cleaning,
Yes.
there will be a crusade.
Crusade. I was
in
coming
the
to that
evening.
too. Yes.
Great.
So where's the crusade?
The Crusade is at the Independence Square, right in front of the library. And we're going to be there from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to start with a musical concert featuring the Nuri Band and a few local artists. And then we'll have the Word of God preached and also prayer for people and the nation. I believe every nation needs prayer in times like this.
Tomorrow, Saturday at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
in Independence Square.
At the Independence.
And it's not a party, it's not a fete. It is a moment of worship.
Exactly.
And if you want to rededicate yourself, if you feel lost and you feel forgotten, this crusade is for you.
Absolutely.
Because that's the mission of the Church of Pentecost. And so tomorrow, that's what's happening. Today, there's the health checks continuing at the church compound there in Tudor Street. Tomorrow is the cleanup and the crusade. And on Sunday, once you've felt the Spirit move you to the point where you know that you're on a mission to revival, then come to worship on Sunday for the revival service. Let the fire so burn within you that you see yourself making the change in your community as well. Gentlemen, they tell me I'm out of time. You know we can talk about this forever, right? And so I want to commend your church, the Church of Pentecost Barbados, for living the purpose for which you exist and to show by your example the love of Christ. And that is so absolutely important. And this Nehemiah Impact Project, I believe, will bring a tremendous difference to our community and the community where you serve as well. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Pastor
Steve.
Emmanuel, Carl Newsom, and my good friend, let me get the name right, Apostle Dr. Michael Ajiamang Amwako.
Great.
I love
Thank
it.
you so very much.
Thank you as well.
Bless
Thank you.
And you as well.
All what you do.
Thank you. Morning Barbados takes a break. We're back in just a moment.
we are here with the Nehemiah Impact Project in Barbados. This week, in particular, from today to Friday, we are doing medical outreach, i.e. medical screening. We're checking blood pressures, we're checking glucose, we're doing eye screening, and then we're also doing dentistry. And the most important thing is after all these tests are done, we also take them through counseling and then also pray with them, and we also lead those that want to accept Christ as their Lord and Savior.
My name is Jamal Gittins. I like the experience here just now. They have something going on Wednesday. I come to get my teeth clean Wednesday. It's very nice. It's good for a lot of Bajans to go get their teeth clean and see what's going on with their health. And then they just showed me that my pressure was high, so I'm gonna go home and take my medication. And plus, they said that they have a crusade this Saturday. I bet you I'm going to be there.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it. To give
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 minutes now to 7 o'clock as we turn our attention to the upcoming season of Emancipation, which is literally upon us, and is who we are. That's the time we actually take some time to zone in on who we are, where we've come from, and most of all, get ready to chart our course continued forward ever. And so joining us this morning as we take a look at the activities planned for the year 2025, plus a very significant event coming up at the opening, is Rodney Grant, who is the program advisor in the Division of Culture based in the Prime Minister's office. Rodney, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
You live this, and it's so funny how it has become so real through you. And we thank you for that.
I appreciate it.
And so, as we now turn our attention to the season of emancipation, why is this an important season for Barbadians to engage with?
Well, Pearson, is, as you rightly said, is a time for us to pause and reflect in terms of where we came from. And, you know, as your previous guest, I was just reflecting, you know, they're from Ghana, but they're here in Barbados doing good work. And, you know, these are our ancestors. You know, this is where we came from, the motherland. And, you know, it's time for us to reflect on who we are and not only look at the pain and the suffering, but look at some of the good achievements, some of the resistance of Barbadian people, you know, resistance of our ancestors that brought us to this point. You know, post-slavery, it would have been that harsh era of colonialism. We would have went through the harsh rebuilding period. We would have gone through the 1937 riots. You know, and it shows the resilience of Barbadian people. So it's always good to sit back and to reflect on who we are as a people. And you know, we need it now more than ever.
Yeah.
I mean, the country is having some social challenges, and more than ever now we really need to reflect and be grounded in who we are as a people, where we have come from, and what it is that we need to do next in terms of that step forward as Barbadian people.
But a lot of the focus is on freedom.
Yes.
You know, and freedom changes in different, it has different complexions as decades roll by.
So.
But we want to take the time to reflect for just a moment on the contribution of the Right Excellent, how do you say, Bussa or Bussa?
Bussa. Some people say Bussa, some people say Bussa.
All right, that him.
Yes.
So,
you know.
I know there's going to be at the beginning on the April the 14th today, when everything kicks off, a live reenactment. I'm excited about what that portends. So paint the picture for us.
Okay, so actually, I haven't seen the production. I purposely didn't go and see any of the rehearsals. But although, you see, what we're trying to do on April the 14th, because everyone focuses normally on Bussa and the role he played, but what we want to do is to shift the narrative a little bit. Bussa is going to be there, but we want to look at the women that played a significant role, and particularly Nanny Gregg. History reminds us that there was a community of women that played a very significant role in the 1816 rebellion. We don't think about them. We don't even talk about them.
Yes.
And therefore, this production, Freedom, really looks at that role, the role that women played in the resistance of Barbados that brought us to this point. And actually, further on, as we celebrate the season of emancipation, we are going to roll out some more significant projects. Actually, on the same day, April the 14th, we are launching a radio program as well to look at women in resistance as well. So we're going to be continuing to focus particularly on the women, the role women played. So Freedom, April the 14th at Gross Plantations, we're going to look particularly at the role that Nanny Gregg and the women played, that community of women. And, you know, I always say that, I said it at the launch of the season of emancipation, that freedom is something we take for granted and that we shouldn't. And, you know, it's something that we must continuously fight for. It's something that, you know, would always challenge us, even though we take so many things for granted. And, you know, and if you look at it, I always say, if you were to build a house and you were to lick the foundation from under it, then what would you have?
Yeah.
You know, and the foundation is our ancestors and what they did, that freedom that they fought for. And we can't just throw that away. We can't throw away the foundation that brought us to this point. It was the freedom that allowed us to get free education that they fought for. Is what allowed us to be able to have free health care. Is what allowed us to build out the society in the way that we wanted to build it out. One thing that I know our ancestors didn't want us to do is to abuse each other. They didn't fight for freedom. They didn't die. They didn't suffer so that we can kill each other, so that men could abuse women, and all the wrong things that we do. So these are the things that we have to reflect on. Why and what did it mean for our ancestors to fight for what they wanted? To evolve out of the sufferation that enslavement caused, and for us to be better people.
Yeah.
And you know, it's very important that those first free enslaved people that left the plantation, what did they do? They went and they bought land in St. Thomas, which we now have as the first Freedom Village. So we have to continue to build on that, to build community, to build a society together as a people. And we have to just stop this degradation and how we just beat down each other, and we just have to stop it. It's not doing us any good as a people, and therefore these are some of the things that we want Barbadians to just pause and just reflect on as we roll out the season of emancipation.
And perhaps that event on the 14th would cause us the pause that we're talking about. Groves Plantation, what's the significance of that for this reenactment?
Well, there are two significant plantations in St. Philip. There's Groves and Bailey's Plantation, which is almost, you know, connected to each other. And the slaves were shot, but Sunday they were shot at Groves Plantation, and they hung at Bailey's Plantation. So a significant part of the revolt happened at Groves Plantation. And actually what's going to happen as well on that day, the plantation itself, they have a small room and they're setting up an exhibition as well to look at because they brought down a lot of the records from actually that was in England that they brought back, and they set them up in a small room. So you'll be able to see this small exhibition as well, looking at the journey from 1816 to the present as well.
Nice. And it all starts, by the way, folks, at 6:30 in the evening. 6:30 in the evening, Groves Plantation in St. Philip. If you didn't know that, you get a chance to step back in time and to really look at those who were brave and dared to dream enough to seek freedom for generations to come. They didn't just want to settle for what is. They said, no, we can do much more than this. And so we'll break those chains towards freedom. And so here we are today, marking as testament to what their effort as well. So it's important that we go for this powerful reenactment of the 1816 uprising at Groves Plantation beginning at 6:30. But this is just one portion, as you know, of what the whole season brings. So there's some other significant moments as well that you think. Could you share some of those highlights?
Okay, so as I said, on April the 14th as well, in the morning, we're going to be launching a radio program, Unsung Heroes, looking at women in the resistance at UWI in the morning. And then the next day, April the 15th, is going to be actually launch of the radio series. It's a seven-part radio series, 30 minutes each evening, and at some point in time we will post the date so that the public can keep track and and keep up with the program. And then we will also have some small 2-minute what we call vignettes as well, bringing some significant information to run and support the actual 30-minute series. Then after that, on April the 28th, is National Heroes Day. And we'll be celebrating our 11 national heroes.
Yes.
We have assigned actually a hero to every parish in Barbados. And we've actually sought to do some collabs with the regathering. So we'll be rolling out the heroes along with the regathering parishes as they celebrate each parish.
Well, January gone.
Yeah, January gone. So we missed January, February, March. So hopefully we're going to be able to roll out in April with St. Joseph and then move to St. John in May. Actually, we have a significant program that we have planned as well for St. John along with the regathering. Then we are doing this in collaboration with the Parish Independence Committees, by the way, as well. And we move from April the 28th to May. May 1st is the May Day. And it's important for us to look at the gains we've made in terms of labor and protection of rights and protection of workers. That's significant. And then we move to May the 23rd, where we're going to look at, we're really celebrating Africa Day a little bit earlier because it falls on a Sunday. So because this is a significant program for us with school children across Barbados, we're bringing it for 2 days on the Friday. So on May the 23rd, we're going to celebrate Africa Day. We're looking to impact this year about 1,500 school children. Previous years, we just had about 200-300.
Right.
We are upping the numbers this year significantly. We are also going to continue to do our linkages across Africa as well in Jamaica. And then on May the 25th, actual Africa Day, we're going to do Africa storytelling with the National Library Service at the square in town. That's Golden Square. No, Golden Square. Golden Square. And then we move from May the 25th to June. We start June with Heritage Month. The whole of June will be Heritage Month. But then on June the 12th, we're doing a very special project with Duke, some sculptors from Duke University. And actually yesterday we had, a meeting to try to tie up things.
Right.
We're going to be launching a bus in the ocean and somewhere in St. Peter to look at the revolutionaries that also came from St. Peter. There was the coffee revolt that was before 1816, and so we're gonna create a bus to put in the ocean with some hands in collaboration with the Duke University. We're gonna leave it in the ocean for a year, and we're gonna come back next year the same time and take it out.
That's interesting.
So what's going to happen, we're going to allow the ocean to kind of work with it in its natural element. And this is also a reflective and to remind us of some of the toils. A lot of our ancestors died in the ocean, and therefore this is a reminder of that element of the suffering and the pain that they would have went through.
But they can re-emerge.
Exactly.
They're living through
they
us.
They will live, they will emerge, and so you see the hands and the head. We will come back a year later and just take it out of the ocean and then mount it someplace in St. Peter that we have to agree with, obviously, with the member of parliament and other persons, interested persons. So June is going to be a very interesting month.
Indeed so.
And the whole of June is Heritage Month, so we're going to have events as well happening the whole of June. Then we move to July the 26th, where we're going to have the Day of National Significance. So we go obviously back to Hero Square with the National Cultural Foundation. They normally have the revival there at the Golden Square. And then August, which is the most interesting month, we have the most events in August. August 1st, is the day, Emancipation Day. So we will have the normal activities on that day. We've allowed the Pan-African communities to take the lead on this day and to plan their normal activities. So we partner with them, give them what support that they were required to roll out their various activities. Then we move to August 17th, another important day. This is the Marcus Garvey birthday, and this is where we do the Marcus Garvey entrepreneurial pitch. So we be again offering $30,000 to the winner of the Marcus Garvey pitch, where we allow persons in the cultural and creative sector to pitch business ideas. And in the cultural and creative sector, the winner gets $30,000 and support from Corporate Barbados in terms of mentorship and stuff. This year, we're looking to see how we can improve on the incentives to the first three place winners. And what we also want to do this year is allow the public to get involved in terms of the judging.
Okay, great.
And online judging and that kind of thing. So we want to get more public involvement in the process. And then we move to August the 23rd, the International Day for the Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its abolition. And we do the normal lecture on that day. We haven't really determined yet what it is, but we will get to that as we roll out. And then we close off with August 27th, which is Jackie Opal's birthday. Back home. We started, we back where we start. So this is our own national hero, Jackie. And the NCF has been rolling out an important Legacy Lab. Looking, we have a number of artists. They've been touring. They went to Jamaica doing the research. And we're going to roll out a special event through NCF on that day. And interesting enough, there's also going to be Carry Festa. So it's going to be done within the context of Carry Festa and also within the context of the season.
For the whole region to see and to enjoy with us. This is fantastic. So it's a whole slate of activities, folks, but it starts on the 14th with that live reenactment on Groves Plantation beginning at 6:30. So let's all gather to see our history lived up before our eyes as close to truth as we know it. And in the gallery that's there, a little room that's set aside for us to be able to walk it through, and from 8 to 1816 as well. But if you need to get more information, where can we go?
Well, the Division of Cultures in Sky Mall, Haggett Hall, and you can call any of the departments attached to the division. You have the National Library Service, you have Archives, you have the National Cultural Foundation, all associated with the Division of Culture.
Brilliant. Since it's a whole long time, we have a lot more time to interact. Indeed, Rod DeGratt. He's the advisor to the Prime Minister's Office, the Division of Culture, on all things like this, cultural indeed. So we thank you, sir. We're looking forward to a very exciting season of Emancipation in 2025. Morning Barbados comes right back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Did you know that there is an acronym called PASS, which makes it very easy to use a fire extinguisher? P, which stands for pull the pin. A, which means aim at the base of the fire. S, squeeze the trigger. And another S, which means sweep from left to right. This allows you to effectively extinguish a fire. There is a saying, you can find a Baajan anywhere. Are you a Baajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Baajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Hi, I'm Fire Officer 295 Turner, First Vice President of the Barbados Fire Service Sports and Social Club.
Hi, I'm Fire Officer Holligan, Secretary of the Barbados Fire Service Sports and Social Club. The Barbados Fire Service is celebrating 70 years. Come celebrate with us. The club, we are hosting football.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Well, yes, the schools are on holiday, but last week, I am telling you, the Elliot Primary School at Boscobel St. Peter had a literacy week, and it was really lit, as the young people said. So much so that they had what they called Lit Nick, which is not about lighting up, it was about literature in a picnic style. Well, our production crew went along to take a look, and so shall we take a look at what they found.
This is our Litnic, also celebrating our literacy week. So we're out here, we're reading, and we're having a picnic, and we're flying our kites, and we're just making the children happy today. It is good, it is going very well. The children are very excited. They're out there playing with their kites, they're out there flying. Then we have the teachers like myself and Mr. Wickham here. We're helping put together the kites, we're tying up the cord, we're putting in the loops, and we're making sure that the day is flowing smoothly.
It's a blue, I think yellow and red, and a bit of black. Zamani. Genova. My daddy bought it for me. Yes, please.
Well, the initiative is a good initiative. I believe that as a responsible parent, and any responsible parent would want to be in the environment like this, whereas I can support our children in something constructive like this. Here's my daughter Naya. The kite we have purchased for her, and she's just doing her thing.
Naya.
Naya, are you having fun, Naya?
Yeah.
My name is Nisha Kamabat. I am head girl.
How you enjoying the flying?
It's been going good. Good. Yes, I tell you. A back kite.
Julia Edwards. I'm class 4. Yes, please. It's wonderful so far. A bat kite.
So why you're not playing your kite right now?
Because I'm getting tired. Naji, yeah.
Yeah, what class are you in?
Class 4. Yes, please.
You're ready?
Not as yet.
And what tickets that you have?
My kite is not here yet.
So you're enjoying kite flying for everybody else?
Yes, please.
You're helping everybody else with the kites?
Yes, please. A Bishop Bob.
And what class are you in?
I'm in class 4.
Okay, so you're getting ready for the combination as well?
Yes, sir.
And you're also the head boy?
Yes, please.
How are you enjoying being the head boy?
I'm happy to have this honor.
Yeah, how are you enjoying kite flying?
It's exciting and I'm happy to be here. I don't have a kite, but I'm helping others who have kites.
Today at Elliot Primary School, we're having our Literacy Literacy Week activity where we have our students, they're flying kites, some of which were made and some that were bought. We taught them how to make kites yesterday. When I said we, of course I'm not included, we had resource personnel from the basketball community who came in and demonstrated how to make kites. So the children are here today, they're flying kites, enjoying themselves, and also some of them are reading and engaging in quiet activities, socializing. You know, they're having fun to celebrate Literacy Week at our school and also incorporating some Easter activities. We also have the presence of the St. Peter Parish Committee here, and we brought out the children just to give them an authentic experience today.
Yes, first of all, I'm Esther Wilkinson, principal of Elliot Primary. For the last 4 years, we have been celebrating Literacy Week at our school. Ms. Welcome, who you've met, and her team have been leading it. And we've had different activities at different times of the year. But this year, we decided to hold it just before Easter week so that we could integrate the themes from Easter with our literacy activities. And it has turned out to be so far a wonderful experience during the week, because our launch this year was bigger and better in that we had more children involved doing items, recitations, dance. We included readings, and some of the children who have had challenges reading before actually read some of the passages for the program, and for us that was progress. Yesterday we had a different set of activities. We had a kite making activity where resource persons from the community came in and actually taught the children how to make the kites, and then some of the kites that were made, they had the opportunity to fly them. So for them it was the opportunity to learn, and then later on to be able to write about the experience of making a kite, and today they get to fly those kites. And you can see the excitement that they have, and how some teachers and parents are still working together to help some children put kites together. And we expect that at the end of this day, the children would have gained significant experience, learning opportunities to talk, to share, to learn about color, to learn about the experiences with the wind and the kites that are popped and running away, and you know, the experience of running after them. All of these are things that the children will later be required not only to share with us, talk to us about, but also to write about these things. And I must say that since we've been doing this for a few years now, we have seen a change in the children's literacy efforts. They have more confidence, they're willing to talk, and of course we've seen it also in our comprehensive exam results. Over the years we've seen that increase, Until last year, we must say that our language arts tip above the national mean, and we see the strengths. So it is something that we are enjoying and that we will continue to engage in as years go forward.
Boy, did those children have some fun. Lit Nick, as put on by the Elliot Primary School there at Boscobel. Well done, Talicia. Well done to you and your team. And also well done to my production crew. The big old giant you saw there in the blue with the kite flying for just a little while ago. Among the children, that is. That's Nadia Foster, my producer. Young at heart, young at age, young in everything. And the other man who was asking the questions, who was holding the camera, is our technical director. So they didn't take me along, but I'm so jealous at what they were able to experience indeed. So well done. Thank you guys. You've delivered for me, and I'm really appreciative of it indeed. So to the Elliot Belgrave School, thank you so much for putting on that particular experience for the children in your literacy week, engaging with them in everything cultural as well, by getting them to understand, comprehend, communicate, and all of those benefits from literacy teaching. Don't forget, if you saw some Easter traditions there, what are yours? Tell us your Easter traditions. You need to get those emails in fast. Your email must come to us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Oh, I thought I was going to get a paper war. But, come to us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Tell us your Easter traditions. We can't wait to hear them. Please, and we thank you. Morning Barbados takes a break. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It's
morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7 o'clock in Barbados time now for the news. A trade expert is warning Barbadians to brace for inflation in the prices of imported goods and services as a result of the new tariffs imposed by Donald Trump. Lecturer in economics at the University of the West Indies, KPhil, Dr. Antonio Aline, says inflation is expected since Barbados relies heavily on imports, with the United States being a major supplier. He tells CBC News that the Central Bank of Barbados should also be paying close attention to that situation.
For them to really monitor it and see how it impacts, one, our financial standards when it comes to reserves, as well as the strain that it may or may not cause on the currency. Alternatively, businesses and locals in general need to understand that inflation is coming, whether it comes now or in a couple of months. Will come because we are major importers and we import from everybody or all that we're connected to.
Dr. Aline says bread and butter industry should also feel the rippling effects of President Trump's move.
If our services prices go up, we're already a high destination country. As services go up, the prices of tourism, any sort of financial service, whatever it is that brings us revenue in terms of services, if those prices increase, you may have I'm not saying you will immediately again, but you may have concerns from your investors or from persons who are visiting the country, things like that, because higher prices leads to reduced demand or concerns. Now, from a economic perspective, and I don't think this is going to happen at this point, the speculation that may arise, given if there's any strain on the currency, may lead to concerns for investors, and that's something that we don't.
Well, the Barbados Manufacturers Association, meanwhile, has adopted a wait-and-see approach regarding the impact that those tariffs will have. That position has been explained by their executive director, Sade Boyce. She tells CBC News that companies trading under a specific CARICOM arrangement, for example, may be shielded from the tariffs. However, she emphasizes that further clarification is needed to confirm whether this will be the case.
Some products manufactured locally benefit from a special trade arrangement that the region has with the USA called the Caribbean Basin Initiative. And under that special trade arrangement, most of the products manufactured locally enters the US market free of duty. Now, the critical question is whether the 10% tariff will now apply on those products. We do not know as yet, so that's why I said we are in a wait-and-see mode.
Companies not trading under the Caribbean Basin Initiative, the tariff will apply, compounded by the already existing duties.
We export rum to the U.S. market, and in the U.S. market, there are already challenges as it pertains to rum. So, for example, they have a cover-over tax. The U.S. used this tax to protect its overseas territories and their own local manufacturers. And this has been a challenge for the rum industry for years. Now, with the 10%, if it applies, that would compound the challenges, obviously.
A new program has been launched dedicated to addressing critical agricultural challenges in Barbados. The Journey to 1,000 Acres Regenerative Agriculture Project, led by Red Diamond Compost, offers an innovative approach to agricultural education, aiming to equip farmers with sustainable techniques that prioritize soil health, biodiversity, and nutrient management. Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Red Diamond Compost, Joshua Fort, says the project's goal is to empower both new and experienced farmers with the knowledge and skills to adopt regenerative organic farming methods. He says this will improve soil quality, yield more nutrient-dense food, and support a healthier, more resilient ecosystem.
And we all too well are familiar with the cries and the woes about the decline in agricultural productivity. People call all types of different reasons, but I always emphasize the fact that in Barbados, we are far from maximizing the full potential of our soils. There's a lot more that can be done, that needs to be done, so we can really achieve this food security and food sovereignty that we're always talking about, especially in these economic times, especially in a world where you're going to wake up and see new tariffs on your country and rising food costs, food costs day by day. It is the time for us to take action and not wait until we see these things in the media and not wait until we are feeling the brunt of these different activities that we do not have control over.
The Barbados Environmental Conservation Trust is providing Red Diamond Compost with a grant to execute the project. Executive Director Shay Greenidge says the trust is looking forward to the 1,000-acre project, reaping results that will benefit the country.
We are incredibly fortunate to find some of the most impactful projects in Barbados that just need a little bit more support, a bit more financial resources to empower and to start something that will truly be transformative. And that is what we found here with the team at Red Diamond Compost through the Journey to 1,000 Acres. This project falls directly within one of our impact pillars for local food security. And as you would have heard in the program that's laid out, we're really excited and we expect to see so many great results coming from this project.
Lower order resistance by the Barbados Pride batsmen showed up a poor first innings effort on day 2 of their West Indies Championship 4-day match against the Windward Islands Volcanoes at the Darren Sammy Stadium. The Pride achieved a narrow first innings lead of 11 runs after they were bowled out for 197 in reply to the Volcanoes' 186. Matthew Ford led with 43. Keon Gaston was impressive, taking 6 for 52. Well, the Windwards in their second innings reached 203 for 4, leading by 191 runs with 6 wickets remaining. Alec Athanaze made 78. Kevin Hodge is unbeaten on 77. Here are the highlights.
The Barbados innings and everything, and that's
And that's our look at news until now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon. Remember, today's play continues at 10 o'clock in that match. Morning Barbados takes a break at 9 after 7. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Did you know that there's an acronym called PASS, which makes it very easy to use a fire extinguisher?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The month is April. The theme is adventure. The parish is St. Joseph. That's where we're heading now on this Parish Friday to get more about what we will be engaging with all month long as we gather in this beautiful, beautiful parish in Barbados, indeed, St. Joseph. And we're joined this morning by LaSasha Lane. She's a public relations officer for the Parish Organizing Committee. Good morning to LaSasha.
Good morning. Good
It's a tongue
morning.
twister, right?
Yes, it is.
You get that all the time.
Yes.
And Taro Singh, you work with the Barbados National Trust. Good having you indeed. Adventure. LaSasha. Sorry, forgive
Yeah,
me.
it's very unique name. Very unique
Yeah,
name.
it really, really is. Are you excited about what St. Joseph is offering this year?
We are very, very
boy.
excited. As you said, it is the month of adventure, so we want to bring that forth to the table. We couldn't be more excited. We have lots of persons coming into the island, especially for this month, so we want to hit the ground rolling.
The parish is such a beautiful space, honestly. You have so many iconic views of Barbados. The world knows Bathsheba.
Bathsheba is
The world knows it so well that the world comes to Bathsheba all the time. And so we want Barbadians to also come in their numbers and engage with all that you have to offer. So walk me through some of the events that you think are so important that we cannot miss.
Yes. All right. So what we're looking forward to that will be upcoming will be our community activation. This will be on Saturday, April 6th. 5th, sorry.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yes, please,
Okay,
tomorrow.
in other words, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
have the community activation.
We'll be having our community activation. This will be from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. We want to hit the ground rolling, get everyone that positive buzz out there to say we are ready to celebrate in April. We will be hitting a few spots, starting from our St. Joseph Post Office and ending at Newton Crescent.
By the post office. Newton Crescent.
Yes, please.
And if you live in St. Joseph, you know where that is. But if you don't live in St. Joseph, you don't know where that is.
No. All right. So our post office is located near Horse Hill, and Newton Crescent is close to Coconut Grove. We're going to be hitting different communities in that area. So we'll be touching spots like Blackman's, Branchbury, Lamins close to St. Bernard School, Parks Road. So different spots, Bathsheba for sure, Hillcrest, different areas within St. Joseph. We will be touching those spots to let people know we are ready to engage with them, and I want them to come out, shake a leg if they wish to, but we want to have that positive word of mouth going as well.
So tomorrow then you'll be knocking on doors, and you'll, as you pass cars, should toot their horn, hey, we're with you, and you take some time to engage with people to
That's right.
sensitize them about the activities and everything that's happening there.
Yes, please.
But today, the 4th of April, is there the tape ball match?
Yes, there
That's
is.
on tonight?
Yes, there is.
Where and when?
We will be having that at Grantley Adams School. That is
That's
starting.
in Blackman's?
Yes, it is.
Gotcha.
That will be starting, I believe, at 7:30 p.m. tonight. And we usually have a great crowd out there. It is a great atmosphere. The commentator is very comical, so I encourage people to come out for that as well.
It is going to be spectacular, folks. So it's a very easy drive getting into St. Joseph. You know, I asked before, and I'm told you can come off every roundabout and you'll still make your way, because you know that's how we know the ways by highway now. So
yes.
Which roundabout again? All the roundabouts will take you practically into St. Joseph, because all roads take you into St. Joseph.
Yes.
And that's important for people to know how to get to the same school, the Grantley Adams Memorial. And so once you get there, you are good and ready for tonight's tape ball match that starts around 7:30 or thereabouts. Who's playing?
Lodge School is playing for sure. And
is that your school?
No, no.
She goes for sure.
I went to Lestevan, but Lodge School is playing.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So the Lodge School for sure will be playing. So all of you lodgers, you can come down and support your team. Really get a really good time indeed. So tomorrow is the parish launch, the Pollination launch, but tomorrow is also the Niniki Jazz Festival in the beautiful spots in St. Joseph.
Yes, please. We are really excited for this jazz festival. We usually have a really good crowd that comes out, and we will be launching our pollination, start of our pollination. That will run throughout the whole month. So we will have videos to show the different plants and stuff that people will be getting, and how they will be planting and the growth of those plants as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's an adventure. So take the adventure. Come along for the adventure, in other words.
Yes.
What's your role in all of this, Taro?
Oh boy, I'm trying to figure that out. No, I'm here representing National Trust, and we're very fortunate that the St. Joseph Week Gathering has reached out to us to partner with them to create this historic hike going through their hills, our hills. So we have this really interesting hike through some forest and vegetation, through the coastal region. It kind of tells the story of the, following 5 years after the Great Hurricane of 18.
Back then.
There was a huge landslip at the time because of the saturation of the earth, and that basically swallowed buildings whole, it swallowed windmills. There's a theory that a lot of the rocks on that coastline of Bathsheba are remnants of some boulders that fell from up the hill. So basically we're taking you through that history, carrying you down the coast, carrying you through the vegetation, and hopefully everyone will have a good time.
When is that?
That is April 27th.
All the way down towards the end?
Yeah, towards the end on a Sunday.
So long?
6 o'clock in the morning. So
Again, I have
see
to
you
wait
then.
so long. The information is still on your screen, folks. For that, do we need also to register?
You do. So our registration is online on the Barbados National Trust website. Registration is free, as we gathering events are, but because we are trying to raise funds for schools in the area and also for our local heritage, we are asking people to at least make a donation if you can. The facilities are there on the website. There is an offering for a breakfast package because we know it's early in the morning. We're trying to make sure everyone has a good time.
Yes.
That is $60 Barbados, and with that you get a nice spread of breakfast, you get your choice of drink, and one of these fantastic shirts with Heritage Hills and Barbados National Trust and Be Gathering.
Oh, so you can read upside down. Very good.
So with all of that, I mean, you're supporting a good cause, and we do encourage that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's brilliant. I'm glad that you're partnering with St. Joseph Parish Organizing Committee to do so. So this must be so exciting for you to be able to know that all of this, which no one else has done, you're offering as well, as we take an adventure, really. And I like how Tara described, where some of those ruins are, and we could go in search of those ruins. I mean, you're taking an adventure, and so bring your magnifying glasses, your binoculars. You never know, you might discover something really special. And so all this is happening this month of April. So we have the Tape ball competition tonight. We have the parish launch and the pollination, the jazz festival tomorrow, and then we're continuing on Sunday with a church service.
Yes, we wanted to start the month off correct, starting with our church service that is starting at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. The team is thankful for the harvest. Harvest not only celebrating the rain and the sunshine and stuff like that, but our produce. We want to be thankful for what we live off of. So we are encouraging people to get back to that community feel of bringing stuff to the church. So we want to encourage persons not only from our parish but even from outside to join us at St. Anne's Anglican Church from 9:30 a.m. where we will have, we're encouraging persons to bring produce to the church. We're going to lay those items onto the altar. During the church service, we're going to have those items blessed, and we want to use this initiative to give back to the community as well, to those persons who are in need.
You're still too young to know what harvest looked like. In my old days, the harvest would bring, yes, it's a harvest of produce, not just a harvest of souls alone. And you get all the expressions of talent and everything. So bring your talents, essentially, whether it's in food or in other kind. And so you'd have the altar decorated beautifully with all the bounty from the land, and then it's given to those in need. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're recreating that for a lot of people who don't know. But for those of us who've experienced it, it's like, wow, we can do this yet again.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
That's
in
right.
St. Anne's. Where's St. Anne's? Is that on Horse Hill?
St. Anne's Church is, everyone knows the painted wall in St. Joseph. So you're going to make the left turn by the painted wall and just follow the road. It's the first left turn in the corner.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. See? And that's the beauty of what we gathering allows us to be able to do, to travel through the countryside, to see what we may have forgotten and perhaps learn what we did not know before, but we find our way. And we find the beauty of the people who live in those parishes as well. And for the first time, now we know. That's the whole point. Because if, again, as I said at the beginning, how to get into St. Joseph, come to this roundabout turn, come off from there. But now if you get to know the roads, you don't have to ask anyone at all how to get to St. Joseph, because it's right there.
It's right there.
It's a very, very short drive for anyone who's entering the parish as well. I know you're having the Peace Program Cricket Finals as well on the 6th, which is Sunday.
On Sunday.
In the evening?
Yes, please, in the evening. as I mentioned, we have a lot of people who come out for cricket. We are very thankful for those crowds.
Yes.
Sometimes the roads are crazy because we have a lot of cars, but we are really excited for that finals on Sunday. Not sure who's playing as yet, but we're asking everyone to come out.
Come where? Where is that?
I believe that's also at Grantley School.
At Grantley?
Yes,
okay,
please.
good. Blackman, St. Joseph. I love that sound. And then on the 8th, I want people to get ready for this one because I like this one, the standpipe stories. There's so many stories. You hear Taro talk about some of the stories about how things, the land slipped and things were destroyed, and so they're remnants. You may be able to remember, those of you older ones from the parish of St. Joseph, a lot of that activity. I doubt you're alive, but nonetheless, it was already told. You know, so you have memories that you might want to share that someone shared with you. And so that's important for them to come to the standpipe stories put on by the UWI in association with the organizing committee. And that's on the 8th.
That is on the 8th.
That's on a Tuesday.
Yes, please. For us, as I would have mentioned, and you would have mentioned, we want to bring back the history back into the parish. A lot of our younger persons may not be well aware of some of the things that would have happened. I rely heavily upon my aunt when she comes back from America to tell me some stories that I didn't even know. So we want to bring that back into the school system and have our young people engage in those stories. It's a learning experience.
It is indeed. Tara, have you had that experience at the standpipe stories?
I'm sure that I will shortly.
This man has asked me correctly every single time. Indeed.
No, but she's absolutely right. I mean, I rely heavily, and I'm tremendously blessed to be around a bunch of older persons that are imparting all this knowledge onto me, so then we can carry it forward to future generations as well. It's very important.
But from the National Trust perspective, I'm sure that at some point in time you also, go in search of things to help people remember our heritage. Am I right?
Yes.
I just speak correctly every time. and so we want you to pay attention for us. On Tuesday coming is a standpipe story. That is at St. Joseph Primary.
Yes, please.
And so we gather in that spot, in that space as well. And, take the time to tell your stories. I just shouldn't say hate, that's such a harsh word. But I would rather that people take the time to listen to the stories and allow them to share their stories. Yeah. Don't rush the process. No. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story either here. No. Tell a good story. Yeah. Because I am sure that what are some of the stories you've heard of your parish?
From my parish, I specifically so from my area, I live in Branchbury, and I didn't know behind Hunt's Gardens area that there is a pond back there, and people would usually go to that pond and they would swim and different things like that. I never knew that. Whoa. So that was something interesting for me. So I actually went hiking with some family members, and we went over to that area.
And you saw the pond?
And I saw it.
Did you dip in the pond?
I did as well. So it was an experience for me.
So you're living the memory.
Living the memory. So those are things that we want our younger persons not only to live in the parish, but to understand where we came from and to know that there are some hidden gems in the parish that we aren't necessarily aware of.
You are so right, but you can do it through hiking.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of what you let those 2 feet hit the floor, and you walk and you discover.
Yeah.
You find tracks that are hidden. You never knew that this was actually a place where somebody has beaten the track so much that you can see the roads, and you follow it. Or if you didn't see the track at all, you create a track, and you will find your space. You'll find the flora, all of those kinds of things you see that ordinarily as we drive by we don't, because we don't pay attention.
Well, because back in the day, that's how people would traverse, right? These roads are not highway A and B as we know now. These roads used to be tracks going through gullies and whatnot. And interestingly, a lot of the other hikes that we do, you can see remnants of this as well. You can see people's old tobacco pipes, just the bits and pieces of it. We have an Amerindian trail hike. I know I'm kind of going off topic here, but you can see remnants of the Amerindians and their clay pottery and the stuff that they use in their way of life. So no, it's fascinating. When you go off the beaten path and you go into the nature and hike, you do see the way history was.
That's right. You're absolutely right on that one. So take the time through St. Joseph. Go on the adventure in St. Joseph. Start your adventure in St. Joseph. Finish your adventure in St. Joseph as well. Are you taking me to Cocoa Hill at any time? I just love that spot. I honestly do.
We might have a surprise in the
works. Man. So hold my thought on that.
Hold your thought.
Hold my thought on that. All right, fair enough. So we've got all of that. What is your marquee event?
Our marquee event is, there was a change, so I can confirm that will now be on the 19th.
On the 19th.
So we want to make sure that everyone is aware that will be on the 19th of April.
Where?
That will be down Bathsheba.
Bathsheba?
Yes, please.
Oh, sweet. So we're going to Bathsheba for the market event.
For a cultural
that, I suspect will be a Saturday.
Yes, please.
Nice. So now, plan your calendar, plan your time, plan your agenda, plan your activities to be in St. Joseph all month long of April indeed. And there's something happening everywhere, because I suspect that all of the shops and the different watering holes will be open all the time to receive us. All of the iconic spaces will always be open to receive us. The people of St. Joseph are warm and friendly. I have a very good buddy who lives in St. Joseph, so I know quite well what I'm talking about. And so that is why we have to be in St. Joseph to take the adventure. And coming up on the 27th again, Tara, we need to register for
the Heritage Hills hike. Again, we start at St. Elizabeth's School. We'll carry you up Joy Hill, tell you why Joy Hill is called Joy Hill, go through some very interesting jungle and vegetation. We'll have a quick stop off at Andromeda Botanic Gardens, where you can explore that a little bit, get some water, refreshments, and go down the coast, learn about the coast, learn about the Great Landslip, and
the Crab Hole Landslip of 1785. Fascinating history, breathtaking views, all of that in St. Joseph. It's a fundraiser for school supplies, and you need to register because registration is free, but register and bring a donation.
Please do.
Please do.
It is for good causes. Again, it's for schools in the area. It's for our local heritage and history. So
well done. LaSasha, we got it right at the end.
Yes.
But clearly, Fridays are for you guys in this month indeed. So please come back and tell us more about what's happening. We only barely touched the surface of what you're offering in St. Joseph, but more to be developed as the weeks continue. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
She's a public relations officer. Tara is from the Barbados National Trust, and they have an exciting activity as well in the month of April. So log on to their website and see all the details. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Did you know that there is an acronym called PASS, which makes it very easy to use a fire extinguisher? P, which stands for pull the pin. A, which means aim at the base of the fire. S, squeeze the trigger. And another S, which means sweep from left to right. This allows you to effectively extinguish a fire.
There is a saying, you can find a Baajan anywhere. Are you a Baajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Baajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Hi, I'm Fire Officer 295 Turden, First Vice President of the Barbados Fire Service Sports and Social Club.
Hi, I'm Fire Officer Colligan, Secretary of the Barbados Fire Service Sports and Social Club. The Barbados Fire Service is celebrating 70 years. Come celebrate with us. The club we are hosting football.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 minutes to 8 o'clock. Sometimes it's good to retain your memory, but sometimes it's better to retain your memory in video. The evidence is, and the evidence shows. And so, a couple of years ago, Mornin Barbados came to you live, as you recall, from Cocoa Hills Forest in St. Joseph. I got lost, but nonetheless, we were there. And in preparation for that show, our team went down to, survey the area, take a site visit to get a sense of what the lay of the land was. And they captured some interesting moments. Did you know the big fall that happened at Cocoa Hills Forest? Take a look.
look at these people that they bring me out for a site visit and I hiking. That one there, look, it's because of she. Oh Lord.
Let's be careful there.
Be careful, it's slippery there, peoples. Right after that bamboo there, bro. And they recording too. It would be legendary. Look at him, Marlon. Perfect example, bro. Perfect. Just roll with the slide, Nadia. Just roll with the slide.
Go with the flow.
Go with the slide.
I tell you, he's a bushman.
Later.
Whoa, that was even more. Ah, there we go. And the thing is, right, I know it was gone. That was why half of the room was no more. Huh?
You aren't, man. You aren't, dog?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, bring that. Alright, let me just make sure he alright first.
Nah, I get it. Because I know I was getting out. That's why I said it was
alright,
gone.
Cool. I still recording though.
I know.
I can send it to you too. I swear, this terrain is threatening to take our lives.
Did you see the big fall of Cocoa Hill Forest? I tell you, when our colleague Everson Brown, took the fall for the team. Well done, Everson. Well done, crew. Indeed, we had so much fun. We were there as part of a gathering when we were exploring the parish of St. Joseph. Was it? There was a reason, or was it in November of a year? It was November. We were, yes, on Fridays we were going around parish to parish. Yes, that's what it was. And as I sat there on that part you saw at the beginning where they have that raised, already prepared area, a whistling frog jumped on my scripts. I was live on the air. I remember freaking out saying, get this off, because he was springing onto me, but we had fun. The big fall of Cocoa Hill Forest. All right. We also went along to the Barbados Community College. They recently had at the beginning of the month their College Expo, where they offered opportunity to students from class 3rd form right through to 5th form a chance to come see the different programs that they offer and to get a sense of their career options. The same production crew went along without me, and they're brought to this.
It's nice. There's a lot to I think it's going to help me when I come to the school because I didn't really have any idea of what's going on here before I came here. And I like the facilities.
Everything, little pamphlets to see all the options for BCC, the economics, law, and things they want to do public service. And little tricks it has to do it's really nice.
Photography, video production, audio production, all those things.
And also to see people from other schools that actually talk and see what choices they made, Hawaii. It's all around. It's something new. Because I've never been to Expo. But it's really nice.
Just to explain the depth and breadth of careers that are available across the heritage sector in Barbados. Particularly, lots of people don't understand that heritage is very heavily involved in tourism. There's a strong academic element, and then there's a sort of a space in the middle which includes things like event management, tour guiding, but all of which are part of working with that. This presentation goes through different careers, what career involves, what types of stuff you need to do for it, and then those cards over there, for each career you can take them, you have a mixture of them so they can sort of read through and take one out, but basically they can do like a little takeaway card that says what the skill set is that's needed and what qualifications they have to get. Along the way there are some tips on what to do with internships, how to get involved in the industry and so on. Both how to do it and also how to make sure no one takes advantage of you while you're doing it, which is quite important as
We're here at the BCC Student Expo, and we have been long-standing partners, supporting essentially what is a fantastic and obviously growing and expanding student exposition. This is where the BCC puts on their various faculties and campuses for display and divisions for display, hoping to attract a new generation of BCC students. Ports Optical in particular, and all other brands are also here. We've partnered with them because we understand the importance of essentially capturing that new generation of students and hopefully inviting them and interesting them in an interesting career path in optometry, which they may not have previously considered. And so always great to influence young minds, introduce them to the products and the career at an early stage, and hopefully influence their career choice at BCC at some point in time. So we're proud to be sponsors and participators and exhibitors at
I'm in the program because I'm an athlete, and I figured the best thing for me to do is to get an area where I feel most comfortable in and I can do more activities with what I love to do. And I really feel like children should come out and join us in physical education because we're a loving community and we love to have fun all the time, but we also take our work seriously. And so what's not, and we also think that everyone should come out and support us and show the school some love.
Thank you.
building can divert the energy from tsunami and how it can still like withstand it.
And then this will be how the building will be assembled. So all you have to do is disassemble the walls, right? I'm not going to take this off because it's slate rope, but these will all be tied together with thin rope, and then the individual walls can be folded and easily transported. And then just to assemble, you would unfold it, tie them together, and then put them in the assembly slots, push it up, and then attach the roof to it.
Good morning, my name is Julie Ford, and this is
Austin.
And we are students of Barbados Community College Architectural Program, and this is our project. The project is basically a tsunami evacuation site, and this is our tsunami evacuation shelter. So we have to design, we have to place it on this site. The site is Douglas Road, St. Peter, located 0.9 kilometers from Spacetown. This is basically our site analysis, basically explaining what goes on the site, different plants, the sun path, the wind direction. This site is a tsunami tsunami evacuation point, basically showing different parts and how our layout would be.
This is just to show you how it
Everything here goes inside, basically come down and go inside the package. And up there you can see our north elevation, east elevation.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tsunami. I'm presenting some of the first year's projects today, going on the tempo overtime. This project here, we were given the floor plans, and the challenge was basically to see how we would combat the slope that the building would be placed on. We were given like the replacements and the doors, and we had to see, my teachers wanted to see how we would combat the issue of the slope, basically. Here at the back, you can see because the building was placed on a platform, none of the windows connect with the slope. You can clearly see over the slope because of the platform. We also had to make interior walls for the building, which you can see here included the stairs that are here. And we used green roofs and wood on the outside for the facade of the building.
So for our classes group, we decided to incorporate something that's very simple to pick up and as well as sustainable that can last longer. What's unique about our building is that we chose to incorporate majorly towards the food aspect and food storage and food survival. So it's the case that if you don't have anything, you can still have your fruits and everything, you can still live off of that for a very long period of time to when you're able to structurally build your building. So moving on to the actual site, before we do anything, you have a set analysis where you have to basically, first and foremost, go towards the building and go towards the site where you look around and see what aspects of it, the sun path, the wind direction, what is it coming from that aspect.
My name is Diane Ali, and as my partner said, but for the design, the process of incorporating vegetation or plant life into a structure. So for our design, the name of it is actually a Parish Coop. What we wanted to do is, yes, it's a disaster shelter, but we wanted to give back in terms of providing food along with the structure itself. So for our design, we wanted to incorporate a hydroponic system, where it's just collecting the rainwater which will flow into pipes to grow plants. It could be any plants we wanted to grow. Also, with the hydroponic system, we wanted to have a storage container where you could store the rest of the water that would go through the pipes, and you can use that to plant more plants on the other side of our structure because we have planters.
This year's Expo is the biggest that we've had in the past few years, and I'm really pleased to see the turnout from the secondary school. I think that the student interactions in particular, that is extremely important. Listening to the students explain about their projects, what they did in classes, And I'm particularly pleased with the architectural students who made designs for after a disaster, which is something that we need to be prepared for given the impacts of climate change and so on. So their designs can not only serve Barbados if we ever had a disaster, but the rest of the region as well. So it's that high level type of performance that we're seeing from students. The students doing the entertainment, the students from the hospitality sector, the Division of Health Sciences, the technology, all of it. I am extremely pleased today with what we've done for the College Expo. And I want to thank the organizers for doing a fantastic job this year.
Wow. That happens at the Barbados Community College there, and the principal, Annette Aline, they're ending it so well, thanking all who put it together. But you got to see on the field options, career options, but you got to see in the classrooms the work that those students are doing at the Barbados Community College. So there is a program for your child or for you. All you need to do is to just explore the options available through the Barbados Community College's website, or give them a call to see just what fits your fancy, as people tend to see and say. But certainly I want to encourage you to continue to give your full support to the ongoing activities at the college, because they are producing wonderful work, wonderful people, wonderful citizens of the world as well. So well done to my production team for being able to pull that all together to give you a snapshot of how that day unfolded. Mornin Barbados takes a break here. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Just a few things to remind you of things that you can do this weekend. As a matter of fact, on Saturday, tomorrow, is the Glow Up seminar, and it's already subscribed. It really is an opportunity at the Church of the Nazarene, Speightstown Church of the Nazarene tomorrow. The seminar is designed for modern Christianity in a way that teenagers and young adults will be able to comprehend. So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, you see the information there on your screen. Glow Up, God leading our way unto paradise. It's a youth seminar from 11 in the morning tomorrow. Also, on Saturday is the Trident Classic Gymnastics Competition. That's going to be held at a gymnasium, and we want to encourage you to also lend your support. Children 3 to 18 years old, you pay $20 for them. Adults 18 and over, $30, or you can have that VIP experience for just $50. But really, those under 3 years, it's absolutely free. It's going to be really, really spectacular, and I want all of you to get out there to give your full support to our young gymnasts. The Barbados Reiki Association's Holistic Fair is on Sunday, and that's at Harrison College. All the information is right there on the screen. They're open to you from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Tickets are just $10. You can get your ticket pay at the door, or you can get your ticket from a member of the Barbados Reiki Association. It continues to be the Autism Awareness Month, and so blue is the color, but don't forget that tomorrow they're having their Autism Awareness tables at Sheraton and at Sky Sky Malls from 10 in the morning to 6. They have things on sale. I'd love for you to stop on by and buy indeed. So just lend your support to that. On the 6th, which is Sunday, they're having their church service at the People's Cathedral. And I also want to ask you to please help me share with me some of your Easter traditions. What are they? What are your Easter traditions? What are those things that you do every Easter? God sends Easter. What is it that you do? Whether it's to fly kites, build kites, make kites, bake bread, great cake even, change curtains. What do you do as your Easter traditions? What are your Easter traditions? Whether it's go to church, and then on the Easter you have, I don't know. So those are your traditions. You tell us your traditions by sending them to email morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Tell us your Easter traditions. We want to share them with the world. And so tell us, and we're thankful for you sharing your Easter traditions with us as well. It's vacation time, so the children ought to be allowed to get outside and play. It's windy at the same time, so we want to caution you for those unusually high surfs along some beaches and coastlines that are not familiar to you. So take your time if you go to the beach. Always go to a space where there is a lifeguard in attendance. And so we want to encourage you to be safe as you enjoy your Easter holiday, little ones. We want to see you back in school bright and early as you get ready too. But for those preparing for the Common Interest exam, don't waste the time to do your study and your revision to get yourselves ready for the exam. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just another moment in time. But enjoy your holiday and really spend it well. Well, that's our show for today. We want to thank you and to wish you a wonderful weekend. Our little crew, Joy's been wishing you a very good morning. Bye-bye.